everybody, welcome back to You Tips for You. Guess what I'm doing? I am sun tanning inside on my screened-in porch. Can you believe that? Well, you can if you know that I'm using a sunless tanning product. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because it's very unsafe to lie in the sun and just bake trying to get a suntan, because we all know that exposure to the UV rays of the sun can be very harmful, causing premature aging, wrinkles, skin cancer, as well as dry and leathery skin. So sun exposure and sun damage is actually a very cumulative thing for your skin. So what you do as a child, through your teenage years, etc., all builds up and affects your skin and your body all along the way. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about what the sun does to your body, and then I want to tell you, well, what you can do to still look great in the summertime with a nice sun tan, but to be also wise about it and healthy about it so that you don't damage your skin and you don't cause premature aging. So let's get started. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the sun. The sun is made up of two types of UV rays, UVA and UVB. Now, UVA rays are a constant ray that's always, in intensity is the same, it's even, it's always coming from the sun. UVB is more prevalent in the summer months, particularly between the times of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the afternoon, where the sun is at its highest point in the sky, and therefore its most direct rays hitting the earth, and of course you, if you're out in the sun. That is the most important time to wear sunscreen. Wearing sunscreen in the sun can protect you to up to 97% of the sun's UV radiation rays. Or what you can do also, and what I do, is you can try to stay out of the sun between 10 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is at its strongest. Now, we all know that it's important to get sun exposure because it lifts our moods, it makes us happy. It also produces vitamin D, which is used to absorb calcium in your body. There's a lot of literature out that's conflicting between whether or not sunscreen blocks vitamin D absorption into the body. So I can't really tell you yes it does or no it doesn't. So what I do to make sure that I get my vitamin D, because I still do wear sunscreen, is I make sure that I have a proper diet that's rich in vitamin D, like fish oils, fish if you like fish. I take a supplement and I also take a multivitamin every day. Also, if I'm going outside, I try to leave my skin uncovered from sunscreen if I'm going out earlier than 10 or up to 10 o'clock in the morning to get some of the sun's exposure. And you only need a small amount to have that vitamin D work in your body and be triggered so that it's produced. Probably only 5 to 15 minutes twice a week is really all you need for the right protection for your body. So you can get that after 4 as well, and you're still protecting yourself from the damaging rays of the sun. So I have some alternatives for you if you would like to protect yourself and at the same time look really good for the summer. And since there are so many wonderful products on the market for sunless tanning, I'm going to just show you one that I've used that I really like, that works for me. And I get a really rich golden tan. I've actually been stopped by people and said, wow, I've never seen you look darker this summer. And I think to myself, hey, I haven't spent that much time in the sun. I mean, I do love to be outside. I walk, I swim. I do try to go after 3 o'clock because I really don't want to be out there when the sun is at its strongest point. And folks of you that live closer to the equator, you've got to be even more careful because now the sun's rays are even more direct on you. There's even less atmosphere for the sun's rays to go through before it's filtered to your body. And those of you that live in higher elevations as well, where the air is clearer and thinner, you get an even higher sun exposure, especially from reflective sun. We all know that when you go out on the water in the ocean, that the sun reflects its rays back on you. Well, 5% of that sun's rays are reflected right back on your body. But do you know when the sun reflects the most? It reflects the most from the snow. 95% of the sun's rays are reflected from the snow right back at you. It's like a mirror. So when you ski, or be careful when it's snowing outside, wear your sunglasses, wear your sunscreen, and always guard against that UV sun exposure. Now what I use as a sunless tanning product, which is very good, is Copper Tone Endless Summer Sunless Tanning Lotion. It's the medium deep. I've used it for years. It works terrific. So you start with clean skin, and if you've taken a shower, it's the best time. Your legs should be shaven so that you can absorb as much of it as you can. And then you'll put it on evenly, rubbing it in very well throughout your body. I just put it on, and I have it on while my bikini is on so I can have my bikini lines. And it looks like I was tanning because I won't have the sunless tanning product on my covered areas. So it'll go well for that. And then little at the time, when I'm out in the sun, even with sunscreen on, I get a suntan. You can still tan with sunscreen on, you just won't burn. So that's why I'm sitting out here on my porch, because it's drying. And I'm sitting on a towel because while it's drying, it can rub off onto your garments, onto your couches and chairs and things like that, and it will turn them brown. So you want to make sure you wash your hands very well after you apply it, and then kind of sit around and air dry for a while till you feel it's dry, and then you're good to go. Now I want to just point out that when you do your elbows and joints and things like that, and the backs of your feet, those areas tend to absorb color a lot. So don't go over it with a lot of it. Just use whatever is a little bit on your skin and go over those areas. Now for my face, I do not use that on my face. For my face, I use an oil-free sunless tanning lotion by Copper Tone, and it's dark. And I use the sunless, the oil-free product because it's non-comedogenic. It won't cause breakouts and pores. For ladies that have little wrinkles or furrows in your face, don't apply this. Here's a tip for you. Don't put it into those areas or on your smile lines if you have any deep grooves, because it will darken that area and it'll look more pronounced to you. So either put some face lotion there so you don't hit it and it doesn't absorb, or just avoid that area altogether so that it doesn't draw attention to any lines that you have on your face. Another good thing to do, if you want to remember to always have sunscreen on whenever you go out, if you think you're going to be out and you won't have your sunscreen with you, is they make quite a few skin lotions that have SPF 15, which is the minimum SPF you should really be using to protect yourself from the sun. Lubriderm makes one, and when I come out of the shower, if I know I'm going to have a day out and about shopping or out in the sun, I will put this right away within 5 minutes of coming out of the shower so that I'm absorbing it nicely, and I'll put it on my skin. And also Vaseline Intensive Care makes the Daily Skin Shield. That also has an SPF 15. You might want to give that a try. It's great for the kids if you think they're going to be running around and you know you're not going to be able to get sunscreen on them just because they're playing in the yard or they don't want to wear it because they don't like to get all goopy for just outdoor play. This will protect them, and you don't have to worry about applying it to them. I know when my kids were small, they hated being sunscreened up. They still do. And this is a great one that I use for my face. It's Copper Tone Spectra 3 Triple Protection. It deflects, scatters, and absorbs, and it's a 50. And I use this on my face. I always sunscreen my face in the summer because there's so much reflective sun and sun going on that I want to just prevent any of that. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you'll use sunless tanning products to enhance your skin's color rather than lying in the sun and soaking up the UV radiation. So that you can protect from premature aging as well as skin cancer, because the summer can be long, and if you get sun exposure every single day or too much, you're going to cause problems for your skin. Okay, so I hope you'll subscribe because we have lots more to come. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye now.